You'll have to excuse me, I've been crying again. I've just rewatched the finale and I didn't think it was going to hit me hard the second time round, but it did. Oh my god, I cannot believe that it has actually come to an end. Just sheer awesomeness. Just everything. 10 years is what we've waited for, and this is what we've got. I'm just in absolute... I don't know how to describe it, but literally, again, I started crying when Clark got thrown by Darkseid and he's midair and then he's looking past at his trials. Jor-El has shown him all the feats that he has performed over the years, and that's pretty much when I started crying again. And then it happened again when Jonathan gives him the suit. He flies out the fortress. The Superman theme kicks in. All epic, iconic moments. Saving the Air Force One plane. It was just everything about that was just fantastic. Yes, there are faults in the episode. Granted, I'm not going to say that it was the best finale ever. For me, Salvation will always be the best finale, and then you've got Covenant, and then I'll put Commencement, and I'll probably put the series finale in at number 4 after that. But just the last sort of 20 minutes, awe-inspiring, legendary, iconic, name it what you want, epic. It was just fantastic. It really, really was. The other thing that I've got to say, because I was telling people about this last night when I was doing my Ustream chat, and that is that with Lex losing his memory, just remember that he has had 7 years from that point of him losing his memory to becoming president to eventually gauge what has been going on in the world. Now granted, he's not going to remember everything of his past. Even in the comics, Lex does not even want to remember that he's from Smallville. Okay, as far as Lex is concerned, he's not from Smallville. He grew up in Metropolis kind of thing. He doesn't like to be associated with Smallville. So that kind of follows on from that, which again for me it was kind of okay. I was okay with that because I know that in the comics Lex just doesn't, he pretty much cuts all ties with Smallville. So that's that side of it. So yeah, as I say, he's had 7 years to eventually find out what's really going on in the world. Is elected president and everything. The kid that Chloe is reading to, I know I said last night that I thought it was Roy Harper, aka Arsenal or Red Arrow or Speedy, but a lot of people are saying it could be Connor Hawke, his real son, because Roy is actually his adopted son, but his real son Connor Hawke, who he actually ends up not seeing for a long time and completely abandons him of all purpose. So the way I see it, the kid might not even be Chloe's. Okay, I still say she's wearing a Wonder Woman ring for some strange reason, I don't know, but it does look like a Wonder Woman ring. But yeah, I don't think the kid is Chloe's. I don't think Chloe and Oliver are married 7 years later. I do think that Chloe is probably babysitting that child for both Oliver and Dinah, but we don't know, so we can only speculate. So we can only speculate. Superman is only mentioned once, which is from the comic that Chloe is reading, and that is the day that the boy becomes Superman, which I thought was epic. I definitely want a copy of that comic book. So Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, anybody at Warner's and DC, please release that as a comic book. Someone actually retweeted something on Twitter that Warner's and DC should have put that comic book in as a tie-in for Free Comic Book Day. How epic would that have been? Okay, granted it would have given some spoilers, but seriously, how epic would that have been? Okay, that would have been something special. But yes, I think they should definitely release that as a comic book. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. If I was to own one piece of memorabilia for Smallville, that comic book would be it. Everything else, I know everyone's disappointed because I've seen all the comments that people have left on my reviews, and everyone is pretty much disappointed that we didn't get a Clark versus Darkseid fight, because Darkseid took over Lionel's body and was pretty much destroyed instantly after that. If you ask me personally, yes, I did want an epic Clark versus Darkseid fight, but that was all overshadowed by the sheer awesomeness of Clark becoming Superman, taking flight, wearing a suit, saving Air Force One, saving the world, Superman theme, Clark running out of the Daily Planet, shirt ripping open, all that dispenses of everything else regarding the episode. I mean, as I say, the first hour was pretty much about Lois and Clark, them wanting to get married, the whole wedding vows and everything being exchanged, but after that, it hits home. I think the point that it hits home is when Jonathan gives him the suit, when he says, "Always remember Smallville." And it's true, because even now Superman still goes back to Smallville, he still goes back to the farm, you know, and it makes perfect sense. I mean, Martha was at the farm when all the boxes were packed up and she was feeling so sad and wondering, why is Clark doing this? Why is he forgetting about his past? Why is he letting go? You know, even Jor-El said in the Fortress that your abilities may be from my blood, but your time in Smallville with Jonathan and Martha Kent and everybody else that you have met is what has made you a hero. And for Jor-El to finally see that, took him a long time, fair enough, but for him to finally see that is what allowed Clark to finally embrace that final leap into becoming Superman. And all of that, all the trials, everything that he's been through, the people that he has met along the way, it has been awesome. I know a few people are actually worried regarding the fact that Lex has lost his memory, but what about the other villains out there? People like Toyman, for example. You know, Toyman knows who he is, but again, 7 years have passed. What could have happened in those 7 years? We don't know. As far as we're concerned, Clark's been going around as Superman for the past 7 years. Who knows what's happened in that time? Okay, we fast forward into the future, 7 years in 2018, which is exactly what we got in was it 2017 in Homecoming, a year before all this happened. So it pretty much follows on from Homecoming. So again, yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic, and I'm overjoyed, is all I can say. Feelings of emotions just been pouring out, as I say. Sorry about the tears at the beginning of this video. I really just could. I've never ever cried for a TV show ever, but this one, and I think it's just purely because of the fact that it's a Superman TV show, that I'm such a big Superman fan, and that I've been waiting for a moment like this in such a long time. Fantastic. And again, I want to give big thanks to everybody that was involved in the show, the cast, the crew, producers, writers, directors, everybody. I want to give thanks to Krypton Sight for his inundated inputs and news and scoops and spoilers, to everybody that has been involved, to subscribers that I've gotten, everyone who follows me on Twitter. Honestly, I know I've said it so many times, but you guys are what make it worthwhile. We've all had our ups and downs throughout the past 10 years of this show. Everybody's had their ups and downs. Everybody has had their ships. Everybody has had their characters. Everybody follows a certain actor, this, that and the other. But at the end of the day, when you watch this finale, you just suspense of all your differences get stripped away, and you just enjoy the moment. And that's exactly what I did. You know, I wasn't sitting there watching the episode looking for the faults and thinking I'm going to talk about the faults. No, I wanted to talk about the epicness. I wanted to talk about the awesomeness that was Clark becoming Superman, because that is what this show has been all about. From day one, it has been about Clark Kent becoming Superman, and that's exactly what we've got. And I'm happy. I am thoroughly satisfied, thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to Scorch's review, because I know he is going to pick at the faults, and that's fine. I'm more than willing to accept, because as I say, there are faults. Certain things in the episode didn't really stand out so well that I sort of looked and thought, why? But I'm not going to go into that, because I'm too overjoyed. I am too overjoyed to even want to do that. I'm too ecstatic, too emotional to do that. But again, John Schneider and Eto Toole, they deserve the highest mention, as well as John Glover, Tom Welling, Erica Durant, Alison Mack, Justin Hartley, Michael Rosenbaum. Seriously, dude, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. That's all. I can't stop thanking anyone. I'm overjoyed. I really am. So yeah, I just wanted to do this second sort of review kind of thing, and yeah, I'm gonna watch it again. I don't care. I will watch it. I will be watching it more and more, because it is just epic. It really is. You know, just for the last sort of 20-30 minutes of the episode, it's just fantastic. It really is. It's when it really comes together. It's when it comes to a head. And we got the closure. We pretty much got the closure that we wanted. Yes, granted, we don't know where Lana is. We don't know where Pete is. Well, we kind of know where Pete is, but we don't know where Lana is. But again, it's just suspense. You just forget about all that and you just enjoy the moment. You live for the moment, and that's exactly what I did. And I'm sure that's exactly what a lot of people did. Now we're just waiting for the ratings. I want to see what the numbers were. I'm hoping it topped 5 million. If it doesn't go over 4 million like it did for Homecoming, I would be surprised. But hopefully it did top 5 million, if not more. So, people, thank you again so much for watching. Krypton Site will be doing the 2010 or season 10 Krypton Site Awards later on this year. So I will be giving you all the nominations so you can all cast your votes. So I will be linking that when that happens, and then next year hopefully we'll be getting a series version of the Krypton Site Awards, which I think would definitely be more epic than having when we've had each season. It will be awesome to see how it pans out throughout a series wide award as well, so that'll be interesting. So that's going to come hopefully next year, but yes, later on this year, I'm guessing roughly from about July maybe, we'll start the nominations. Hopefully Krypton Site will once news filters, I'll give you all the information that you need, and then we'll go from there. But again, seriously, thank you so much, and thank you for 10 awesome years, Tom Welling and Smallville, and Alfred Goff and Miles Miller, Brian Peterson and Kelly Souders. I'm never going to get that right. And of course, Todd Slavkin and Darren Swimmer, who were also the showrunners for a brief moment. Thank you all. You've made a lot of us proud to be not just Smallville fans, but Superman fans. I mean, this is a hardcore Superman fan here, and you've reduced me to tears. I don't think you can have anyone do that for a show. For a show to have that effect on me speaks volumes, is all I can say. So thank you from the bottom of my fucking heart. But seriously, thank you. I'm off. Bye.